Lesson 3.5, adding and subtracting like fractions. Like fractions or any fractions, like fractions have a common denominator already. For any fractions that you add or subtract, they must have a common denominator. The good news with like fractions, they already have a common denominator. So the other thing that you need to remember is, if you want to put a little star, make sure you reduce. Because that's the only other thing that would keep you from getting the problem right. Make sure you reduce when you're done. Also, be aware of the signs. We don't like double signs, and I see one like that. So let's start with the first one. 2/7 plus 3/7. Does somebody want to do this one? Trayton, what would that be?
5/7.
5/7. Is that already reduced?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're done. So some of them might be as quick as that. All right, what about 3/4 plus 3/4? Shane?
6/8, but reduces
Not 6/8. The denominator stays the same. It is 6 on the top, but it's 6 what? 6/4. Okay, now, does that reduce?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reduces a couple of ways, right?
Yeah.
So what's the first way?
6 goes into 3 and 4 goes into 2.
Okay, so 3 halves, and then there's one more thing you got to do. It's improper, so we need to make it a mixed number. 1.5. 1.5. So there you go. So that one needed a couple of things. It could be simplified to 3 halves, but then it was still improper, so you had to fix that as well. Questions on that one? Okay, Tori, 5/9 plus -7/9. We made a rule way back when that we don't do double signs. And since the signs are different, what should we really make the one sign? Minus. So you're going to have to rewrite this problem to 5/9 minus 7/9. So when you do one like this, the denominator stays the same. So what will that be, Tori? Okay, the 9 and then -2, because 5 and you're taking away 7 would be -2. So that's a possibility too. Never do double signs. Change it to 1 and then combine them. All right, we're looking at mixed numbers, and there's a couple of ways you can do mixed numbers. When it is just plain old addition, I'm going to recommend that you write them vertically. So that means you would do this: 3 4/9 plus 8 2/9. When it's just plain old addition, I would do this. When you line it up, then you've got the parts that need to be added lined up together. So Sienna, if I'm going to do this, what would 4/9 plus 2/9 be?
6/9.
That would be 6/9. And then you would add 3 plus 8 for the whole part, which would be 11. So 11 and 6/9, is that simplified? No, what should it be? Yes, 11 2/3. So when it's plain old addition, I would definitely do that. All right, now we're going to add some letters in. 5/2b plus 3/2b. So this one, the variable is part of the denominator. So anybody that hasn't gotten a ticket want to do this one? Okay. Stephen?
8/2b.
8/2b. And is there anything you think we can cancel out there, Stephen?
8 and 2.
8 and 2 would reduce to what?
4 and 1.
4 and 1. So when we write this final thing, what do you think it might be?
4/b.
4/b. And that would be it. Okay, I do want to point out before we do that last mixed number, kind of over here on the right, let's do one like this. What if we had something like 2a over 7 plus, let's say, 3a over 7. 2a over 7 plus 3a over 7. My denominator would be what, Tori?
7.
7. And what's 2a plus 3a?
5A.
5a. No, it's not 5a, it's just 5a. We have 2 a's plus 3 more a's, a total of 5 a's. So 5a over 7. Okay, last one. This one I've got starred because it's got a lot of parts to it you got to think about. It's 4 1/3 minus 6 2/3. First of all, I've got 4 something and I'm trying to take 6 something away. What's going to happen to the answer? It's going to be a negative. So when that happens, I think what I would really do on this is change them to improper fractions so that you can actually see what that result is, and then you'll probably have to go take it back to a mixed number. But Layla, I'm going to have you do this one. So 4 1/3 would be what as an improper fraction? 13 over 3. And then what about 6 2/3? 20 over 3. Okay, so I know that it's a little more work to go this way, but it makes the problem, I think, a little bit easier. So Layla, I've got 13/3 minus 20/3. What do you think for my denominator anyway? 3. And if I have 13 and I lose 20, where would I be? Yeah, -7. Okay, and then you do have to make that back into a mixed number, but we know it's going to be negative. -2 1/3, because 3 goes into 7 2 full times with 1 left over, so -2 1/3. So I would definitely suggest when you come across those with subtraction, go that route. If you do have a bigger number first where you're subtracting, you could go ahead and do it vertically, and that would be kind of your call. Or you could always do the improper fraction way. All right, any questions?